So, good evening, everybody. People on the internet. Hi, how you guys all doing? Apparently, Restream is having trouble connecting to a chat group. Let me see here. It is read no reply. Interesting. So why can't I respond to my own chat through Restream? That's kind of interesting. Let me see if I can close that down. We'll start that back up. In the meantime, I need to get Steam up and running. Yeah, it's only connecting to 2. I started the event. Here live, view on watch page. Chat through Restream. That's kind of interesting. Now let me see if I can close that down. We'll start that back up. In the meantime, I need to get Steam. Alright, reconnect in 2 seconds. Oh, it looks like something's up with Twitch. This is a test post to all chats. There we go. Alright. That's down. Let me get a couple of things going here. Oh no, that's interesting. Is Restream having an issue? Something running in the background that's eating up my RAM. I shouldn't. Oh, I see what's going on. Give me 1 second. I can fix this shit. Yeah, no. Pause all, please. Dungeons 2 is a RPG, RTS kind of tactical thing where you build a dungeon that adventurers then try and break. And the idea is that you are the dungeon keeper. It's based off an old game series called Dungeon Keeper. Funny thing. Again, I'm having apparently issues with my stream. Let me go live here. No, stop. Live. Also, not exactly a mojito. Turns out I'm out of mojito mix. But it's pretty freaking close, and it's actually really tasty. This, by the way, is a BabsCon cup. Only, you can't really see it, only available through BabsCon. I don't know what's going on with my stream. Something's eating up my bandwidth. My stream is actually, I think it's going through on my end where it's not live. That's okay. I don't have to be live. Alright, stream. I need to set up a couple of things, and then we can get set and start moving forward, start getting this done. This will be the first time I've literally played the game. I have never actually played Dungeons 2. I've played the first one. You will also have to pardon me. You guys are going to see me snosh a little bit. I made ratatouille tonight. Not traditional ratatouille, not the ratatouille from the film. Actually, the ratatouille from the film Ratatouille isn't even traditional ratatouille. So let's see here. Goals. Okay. Set an active. And add goal. Friday night shenanigans. Yeah, that's a good one. Title. Tonight it's the race to build a dungeon. And start date is now. Today is the 12th. Yeah, I should have set this up earlier. I'm a dummy. 6 p.m. No, exactly 6 p.m. Thank you. And end date is going to be tonight at, I think I said 9 p.m. I do apologize for how long it's taken me to get this prepped. Cool. It looks like I've got one watcher. Why is this stuff not going through? 9 p.m. Okay. View tips. Widget. I need the widget. Set active. Yes. Where's the widget? Widget. Content API docs. Where did I find the stream widget? Goal widget. Oh, there it is. Goal widget. It's not actually a highlighted button. Theme is fine. We're gonna do a red tonight. Awesome. And let me take this. Copy. Close. Alright, I've got that set. Alright, let me get this thing started. Yeah, French veggie food. Ratatouille is a traditional peasant's dish. It is often done by farmers. And, yeah, so it's kind of cool. I don't understand why my chat is not connecting to YouTube. I mean, it's streaming, obviously, to YouTube, but it's not connecting to YouTube chat, and it's not connecting to, Twitch either, for that matter. So, I'm going to have to do this a little backwards. I do apologize to anyone currently watching the stream who's waiting for me to start this thing off. I just want to make sure I can see chat windows. Because this is stupid. This should not be an issue. Technology, not in my control. Let me close all these windows too. I got like 20 windows open. I was working on artwork today. I don't normally work on artwork. I should stream my artwork. Really, restream? What is the issue here? Product changes. I don't need this test two-factor authentic. No. No, none of that is important to me. Both of these should connect, no problem, because they did yesterday. And there's nothing different. Oh, actually, there's one difference. Alright. I can see you, but I can't see your chat, Joseph. The chat window seems to be... what I need is a separate chat program that just logs into... Twitch and YouTube. I might actually have one. I should check and see if France allows me to do it. France is my preferred messaging app these days. Alright, so I'm going to stagger those two windows. Which pretty picture? Which side? I'll move it closer for you. Alright, so first thing we're going to do... This is literally a first run, so I have no idea how I'm going to set up my image. Where's Dungeons 2? I own too much shit, by the way. I own too many games. So, for those watching me on Twitch, my right, so your my left, my left. So, is it this one? This one, right here. Actually, let's do this the smart way. Or is it... Whoops! Or is it this one? By the way, what you're actually hearing, audio-wise, is the sound system in the sim pit. So let me actually disable that, because that'll help. So there you go. No, it didn't break. It's actually a pretty durable frame. I've dropped it a couple of times. I'll have to reach back and get it. So I'm gonna put it back up. See? No breaking. It's actually not designed to be hung how I've got it hung up. So if I don't balance it just right, it has a tendency of falling off. One of these days I'll fix it. It's not important right now though. It is propaganda. Yes. Yes, it is propaganda. Okay. Cool. Multitasking a bit. The sim pit is a fancy desk. Kind of. The sim pit is a fully, or near fully, in this case of my setup, enclosed system for gaming. It is specifically designed... I'm going to have to move that. Alright, hold on. It's a fully enclosed gaming rig that is designed specifically for one purpose, to give you full immersion. I've got a couple of different pieces, empty spots behind me here, that I've been meaning to fill. And I have... It's done fermenting for your trouble. Okay. Yeah, so it's got like, I have like controls here, and I have controls here and here and here. Like, you notice I reach up here to turn the lights on and off. So it's kind of. It's not really an arcade machine though. It's a simulator. Hence the term sim. Sim pit. Simulator pit. Simulated cockpit. Alright, now let me get up. What the hell is this? That can go away. Where's Twitch? Twitch chat, for those who don't know, appears to be down at the moment. I've tried reconnecting a couple of times. I don't think it's going to let me connect. Alright. Now that that's done, continue. Play. Show up on this window. So I have two monitors. That's the other thing. But my monitors aren't side by side like most people's. One's above, one's below. And the reason for this is so that I can sit here and I can look up here and I can see all my chat windows, my communications, navigation, radar. If I've got any of that stuff kind of multi-set up, I can put it up here up top. And on the lower screen, I'm more of a BattleTech pilot. I pilot giant stompy robots. It's actually what I prefer to pilot. Okay. Continue. Play. God damn! I'm gonna have to set this to windowed only because it keeps putting it on the upper screen. Game. Full screen, no. Oh, and it won't let me change the resolution. Great. That's fine. We'll drag it down here. There we go. It is a giant fighter cockpit. That is a really good description of the sim pit. Okay. Yeah, mobile suits are just fast, stompy robots. This is true. Alright. We'll add Dungeons 2. And we'll add a main screen, video capture device, add existing, main camera. There we go. Hi. You get to see me configure this in real time. Add. Browser source. Create, actually, add existing. We'll add stream tip to this. Thank you. See, it's up there. Modify stream tip. Because that's from yesterday. I have tonight's. I left the tip basically the same, though. But I changed the color. Because, you know, red is a better color. I know, I went black screen, Joseph. And then we do game capture. Dungeons 2. Capture specific window. Dungeon 2 exe. Set. And match. Stream tip main camera. Properties. Alright, well, let's do it this way then. Ha. And main camera. There! Okay. Just a quick check. Audio's good, video's good, stream goal's good. Right? Everything good? I'm gonna eat a thing. I think I made that one a little strong.
It was time. The troops of the Absolute Evil had driven the Alliance back to their capital, King's Ending. The time for the final battle had arrived. Prepare to destroy the Alliance, and with it, all good in the land once and for all.
You have to pardon me. I'm still getting the video adjusted right for this. This is stupid. There you go. Custom screen size. Look at that. Alright, so troops of the Absolute Evil, yada 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 yada. Yeah, whatever. Give me a dungeon.
Once upon a time there was a kingdom full of flowers and rainbows, where the sun shone all the time and there was loads of that goody-goody, lovey-dovey good people stuff going on. There, the alliance of abominably good people lived in unearned wealth and prosperity. But there was a path leading to a different place there. At the end of this path was a rock. There was a cave carved in this rock in which the Absolute Evil lived. It wasn't a grubby, damp cave smelling of muck and mildew, but a deep, dark dungeon, so dark that even darkness itself was afraid of it. It was home to numerous innocent monsters, who enjoyed a happy, contented existence, living in complete harmony with their environment. But time and again, the sickening, sweet-smelling good visited this underworld in search of treasure and experience points. Many monsters found this to be the death of them, but much worse, the Absolute Evil's treasures were being stolen.
Yes, Skullman, it was really windy today.
Just as a few more heroes had finished plundering its dungeon, the Absolute Evil decided it had had enough, and decided to do something new, something quite monstrous. Go to the surface. The Alliance tried to resist, but the approaching horde just flowed over them like an angry wave of axes, teeth, and bad breath. After numerous unrelenting battles, the Absolute Evil finally stood before the Alliance's capital, King's Ending.
And so that's how the game begins. Yeah, I definitely made that a little strong. That's gonna serve me all night. Yes, the bad guys are nice, law-abiding citizens.
The forces of the Absolute Evil reached the Alliance capital, King's Ending. The laughable remnants of the forces of good had come here to make ready for the final battle. Evil would pay a high price indeed to storm those fortress walls, or so they thought. Suddenly, a rumble rose from deep within the earth. Stones burst asunder, revealing an ancient path into the depths. Out of the depths of Stygian darkness arises the invincible evil. With earth-shaking steps, the unstoppable evil began its trek towards the front. In the terribly improbable event that it may have forgotten how that works, a formidable help function has been provided.
That's funny. Alright, I need to tone the volume down because I can barely hear. So I get to choose the laughter of my evil self. I'm liking this. I think I can do this. I'm moving windows around. Give me a second. Alright. There we go. Can you guys hear? Okay. Is it good? That's better. Better balance, I think. Alright.
I said. With earth-shaking steps, the unstoppable, if somewhat sluggish evil began its trek towards the front. Even the forest could not withstand the aura of the ultimate, and beat a hasty retreat. A few of the Alliance units had entrenched themselves here. A determined absolute evil marched towards them in order to strike them down with its mighty weapon. The absolute evil had discovered a medal. These legendary awards ensured a creature could be made even more powerful. But only one downside. The creature could only wear one at a time. Eyes ablaze with greed, the insidious evil gazed upon the blood-drenched battlefield. Here the last defenders of good would die, and an age of evil begin. Projectiles from the Alliance's catapults darkened the sky, but the Horde's fighting skills were at their best in darkness if they survived. Nothing and no one could stop the invincible.
I just tried to inhale my food.
Absolute
Literally.
evil strode like a war god through the defenders' ranks and smote them with ease.
Oh, man. I do 666 points of damage. No more troops for you.
Absolute evil destroyed the defenders' camp in the west with the greatest of ease. Now, only one tiny camp offers any resistance to the absurdly evil evil. And even that won't be able to hold out for much longer. Defeating good was as easy as taking candy from a baby for the unstoppable evil. Candy.
The narrator. Okay. The other encampment? Yeah, there's the other encampment. Let's get it! Charge! Ow. You can die now. I will live, Joseph. I will live.
Absolute evil. The absolute evil destroyed the defenders' camp in the east with the greatest of ease. The defenders in front of the city had been beaten to a pulp and defeated. Now the time had come to attack King's Ending. The final battle beckoned. The city gate was firmly barricaded by the Alliance's archers, but the absolute evil would not allow itself to be held up by such a ridiculous impediment. So, go get them! Destroy them now! Ha 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 ha! Oh yes, sorry, stay in character. The absolute evil used its all-powerful magic to eliminate the archers and open the gate to the city.
Okay, so I guess I have to walk up nice and close. Why can't I move? Oh, because I'm not selected. Thank you.
Using its legend, wait for it, dairy powers, the absolute evil destroyed the impediment with ease and simultaneously eliminated a whole group of defenders. True story. The road to the capital was now clear. The absolute evil did not hesitate for even 1 nanosecond.
Nope. Not hesitating.
Actually, the cowardly evil did hesitate. What would await it in the city? Would its lousy defenders, which it previously had managed to slay and the insidious evil entered King's Ending. A small, pitiful group of defenders stood in its way. Suddenly, the doors of several houses in the city opened, and with a loud roar, defenders bore down on the rather surprised evil. An ambush.
Stop attacking me. There.
The invincible evil had crushed the defenders. King's Ending had been defeated. At least, that's what it thought. Suddenly, the final heroes of the Alliance emerged from nowhere. Another ambush? Now, this was becoming very boring. But wait, this time it was different. Instead, the heroes raised their hands and started singing an incomprehensible chant. A magical ritual? This did not bode well. Well, actually, it boded the arrival of good things, great things, unless you happen to be the absolute evil. Somewhere in the depths of the dungeon, the ultimate evil awoke. It did not know what had happened, nor why it had awoken, but it longed for revenge.
So that was the
The
prologue.
last remaining heroes of the country joined forces and cast a powerful banishment spell. The absolute evil disappeared from sight with a threatening gesture, and a faint whispered, "I'll be back," could be heard coming from its lips. The absolute evil had been banished, and its essence shattered into several pieces. Its reign of terror had ended. The good people of the overworld rejoiced.
I don't
and
know
an
if he
era of
follows the
peace
bro
began
code.
for the Alliance. The evil creatures were driven back into the underground, doomed to serve as cannon fodder for pleasure-seeking adventurers. Meanwhile, secreted away in the world's most inaccessible places, the last remains of the absolute evil were resting, never again to see the light of the overworld. Until today, that is. Somewhere deep under the earth, the ultimate evil awoke.
All right. Gameplay begins. Here we go.
And the hand of terror arose, controlled by the ultimate evil.
Yay!
Come on, hand of terror, arise, damn you! Methinks that exploring the surrounding area would be a sensible strategy. However, to do this, light would be required. Still not bright enough. An old throne room was revealed by the light. The circumstances remained a mystery.
Oh,
The
hey!
hand of terror flew through the throne room, following each and every thought the ultimate evil had.
So,
After a few flying sessions, the ultimate evil was able to control the hand with ease. The time had come to call forth creatures who were completely devoted to it and would do its dirty work. Little
Hire
snots were the
little
dregs of
snot.
each and every dungeon and spent their time taking care of it. The expansion-mad evil hired one snot on the spot. The first little snot appeared. It was completely ready to work in the dungeon and to crawl in the dust before the ultimate evil. Little snots were important to the ultimate evil because they took care of many important little things, such as excavating new areas. The psionically gifted evil could sense the presence of something important that was buried to the south. It instructed its little snots to dig in that direction. As quick as a fart, the little snot made his way to the marked position and began to dig.
no, you can have bad jokes, Joseph. I like bad jokes. Bad jokes are amazing. Come on. There we go. I thought I selected that one.
Behold, the creatures of the overjoyed evil had apparently been much more industrious than it had thought. A great dungeon was revealed behind the wall. Everything was already in place. Doors, traps, a well-filled treasury. Oh, wait. Treasury? And where, if you please, is this treasury? Oh well. One can't expect too much of these mindless little snots. First of all, some gold had to be dug out to make space for a treasury to be created. The hand of terror swiftly marked a few small gold veins so that the little snots could excavate them.
Oh, I've got more snots.
As soon as a gold vein was selected, a little snot immediately set out to mine valuable gold for the greedy evil.
I'm sorry. I honestly hope everything gets better for you, sir. Come on, mine! Mine, my little
Once
wimps!
most of the gold had been mined, the hand of terror quickly created a treasury on the spot so that the precious metal could be safely stored.
So how do I do that? How do I build? Fill rooms. Here we go.
The clever evil mastered this task with flying colors. From now on, little snots could use the treasury to store mined gold. It
I'm
was
sorry
then at the
about your
greedy
loss,
evil's
Joseph.
disposal whenever more rooms needed to be built or new creatures.
My own
were
aunt
introduced.
is a
Little
lung
snots
cancer
were all
survivor.
well and good, but were too weak and cowardly to
So I
defend the
understand.
dungeon. Since it was not able to defend itself, the ultimate evil would have to hire some orcs. But they would require food. Liquid food. Well, beer to be precise. So the next important thing to build was a brewery. And that would require some space to be created. The ultimate evil had the feeling that its servants were not really putting their backs into the work. Might a hearty slap from the hand of terror change that? Oh. The sadistic evil encouraged its creature to work a little faster, with a friendly but not at all gentle slap.
got being pinged somewhere. I heard a pong. Actually, I know exactly where. Where is France? France! Where are you? France. No, it's not France. France must therefore be at the bottom of the screen. France. Ah, okay. It's actually Golden Gate Knights stuff. Or Golden Gate Temple. Golden Gate Temple is the lightsaber group I'm nominally a part of.
There was now an area cleared for the brewery site, and with quick finger snaps from the hand of terror, the room stood ready. Excellent. But the recently built brewery lacked a brewing copper. With a sigh of resignation, the overworked evil set about taking care of that too.
Put a brew kettle. How do I do that? Ah! Sustenance. There! Got it.
The hard-working evil effortlessly built a brewing copper so that delicious beer could be brewed as soon as possible. One of the little snots started working on the brewing copper.
Okay.
The nostalgic evil banished all thoughts of Oktoberfest.
Actually,
and
Joseph, that
Glassband.
seems highly
Those would have to
appropriate.
wait. More important tasks had to be completed first. Both beer and gold were now available in the dungeon, so it was time to hire some creatures to defend against greedy heroes or whatever else snuck around underground. At present, it was only simple orcs declaring undying loyalty to the ultimate evil. The rest of the horde was scattered to the winds.
How can I hire orcs? How do I build orcs? Gotta be a way to build orcs. Use the left mouse button and the right mouse button to move a creature of this type. Okay. No. How do I hire orcs? You know, do I hire them through the brewery? No. Yes. Here we go. Found it.
Orcs were defensive close combat specialists, capable of dealing with many opponents. However, they were very vulnerable to ranged attacks. The dungeon of the expansion-mad evil grew and prospered, but unfortunately, it had reached the maximum possible population it could currently manage. Now a creature would have to be thrown into the bottomless pit before any others could be brought in. An eerie gong rang through the hall. It did not bode well for the ultimate evil's treasury stocks, for at each sounding of the gong, the creatures would collect their undeserved wages. However, there was little it could do about this, as it was chained to the throne. Thus, it had to give free rein to its servants' desires. For the time being, at least.
I've got to throw somebody in the pit. How can I do that?
Oh,
Where's the pit?
disappeared into the pit of uselessness with a long drawn and gradually diminishing This particular act of wickedness brought a smile to the face of the ultimate evil.
The narrator is bringing a smile to my
One
face.
louse-infested orc crawled up from the depths and declared allegiance to the ultimate evil. The first step towards the creation of a powerful army had been taken. The profound evil had had enough of dungeon sightseeing and now wanted to move to the surface to try a dish that is best served cold. Revenge. Some Alliance members were bound to be guarding the entrance to the overworld. A fine appetizer for a vengeful evil.
Okay. So I have to leave. How do I do that? Dig south. Oh. Which way is south? I mean... Ah, I see it. Go! Go!
The little snots came across a small room containing a healing potion whilst pointlessly digging around in the underground. The ultimate evil could throw one of its wounded creatures on the potion to heal it.
Dig, dig, dig. Oh, the gold! Gold for the gold god. Well, that's a really, really good question, Joseph. Here's the thing. Here's my take on this. On who's most evil. That came out really good. Queen Quake is not strictly speaking evil. No more than an earthquake is evil, or a hurricane
The little
is
snots
evil.
found a healing potion in a hidden room. This was able to restore one of the ultimate evil's creatures to full health.
Nice. So, orcs aren't paid. They're just encouraged to work. I actually know where I need to go. It's down here. But I figured I'd loot. My people need money.
Of late, one of the creatures had come up with a plan to create a trade union and go on strike for better working conditions. Once he remembered exactly what the ultimate evil would do to him, the idea was quickly shelved.
Yes, as it should be. No workers' unions here. So, I mean, Queen Quake isn't technically evil. She's a natural disaster. She's an earth elemental. She's no more evil than a hurricane or a tornado. She's literally a natural disaster. So she's not really evil.
The nameless evil's creatures came
Now,
upon a
myself,
spider's nest
on the
during
other
their
hand.
search for an entrance to the overworld. It would take more than one orc to smoke that out. The abysmal evil used the Hand of Terror to grab several of the creatures that were still completely inexperienced at fighting and threw them onto the spider's nest.
Found a spider's nest, huh? Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him!
The spiders dropped like flies. The strategically well-versed evil patted itself on the back, proud that it had led its troops into battle with such aplomb. And by led, I just simply mean chucking them at the enemy. The basics of a dungeon were now in place. However, the brewery was puny and didn't really have room to store beer barrels in, and the treasury was also anything but impressive in size. Quickly, the expansion-hungry evil set out to enlarge its dungeon.
Whoops. Not what I wanted to do. I'm already working on enlarging the dungeon. Come on. Oh, well, let me make that spot into a... Yeah, it does. Cool. I'm pretty evil, but I am more of a, what's the right term? I think people refer to me often as a, whoops, an opportunist. Fee, on the other hand, Fee's not evil. Fee's too nice to be evil. She has a twisted mind, but that's hardly evil. Hard. I do take a certain amount of sadistic pleasure in torturing zombies. Or torturing, critters. Alright. Get to work! Here we go. Fee is an anti-hero. Like I said, I'm an opportunist. I'm a realist and an opportunist kind of rolled into one. I do like to dream, and I do dream big, but ultimately...
A horrified expression crossed the ultimate evil's face when it discovered that all the chickens from its chicken farm had been eaten. What were its creatures going to eat now? Chickens? Oh, whoops, that's another game. Got confused.
Are you serious? Oh my god, they took a pot shot at... oh my god, they took a pot shot at, Overlord, which is very similar to this. See, one thing I learned from Dungeon Defenders is that you don't mine everything out. Alright, that ought to give me enough resources. Mine it out, boys. I need the gold.
It's payday.
Yep. That is the game, Joseph. Either that or they're taking a pot shot at Fable. Hard to say. It's all about eating chickens, though.
The little snots came across a small room containing a healing potion whilst pointlessly digging around in the underground. The ultimate evil could throw one of its wounded creatures on the potion to heal it.
Okay. Overlord had a couple of supplements and some DLC. It was kind of cool stuff too. I wish the zoom out was a little better. Oh well. I can live.
The evil has awoken, but its brothers are still asleep.
Huh? What on earth was that? That's not in my script. What a weirdo. No matter. We'd better get back to concentrating on the dungeon.
I'm out of gold.
A huge monstrosity loomed out of the darkness on 8 legs. This dungeon's human guards had been ancient history for a long while. Now it was home to a huge spider and her brood. Would Sam and Frodo escape it and continue their journey to Mount Doom, or was this the end of the Ring-Bearer? Hang on a minute, that's not the right text. Where were we? Oh yes, a huge spider, henceforth called the Spider Queen. It would be necessary to eliminate the Spider Queen before the horde could reach the surface. The Spider Queen sent forth a wave of her children. Of course, the ultimate evil was fully aware of this danger and immediately prepared to defend itself against them. At least, that's what I hope. A few creatures of the ultimate evil had lit a fire in the dungeon and begun to barbecue. The smell of freshly roasted meat wafted through the underground. And another wave of spiders set out to destroy the ultimate evil.
I need another orc. I know I've got one more. Fuck is said orc? There he is. I think I just lost somebody. I did. Get him! Where's the potion?
The vile perversion, once called the Spider Queen,
Oh.
had nothing more with which she could fight the Horde. Later, the sensitive evil would have her innards made into a lava lamp. The way to the surface was open. Now it was time to put those vengeance plans into practice. The vile evil wanted to take this opportunity to utter a really sinister laugh. But unfortunately, its physical state made this unviable. Instead, it asked the narrator to do a bit of sinister laughter on its behalf.
Okay.
Oh well, here goes.
This game has a sense of humor. This game really does have a sense of humor. I like it.
Once the ultimate evil had escaped from the depths, still fettered to the throne, it traveled to wreak terrible vengeance on those who had done this, heavily supported by its little snots. The first target was Paladin Robert, now King of the Alliance. He had withdrawn to the quiet surroundings of his hunting lodge. There, he would be the perfect victim.
Okay, next one. Ah. Okay. That's done.
According to scouts, King Robert spent most of his time strolling around his hunting lodge garden reciting poetry. Soon his poetry would turn into mournful ballads. The vengeful evil thirsted to defeat the Alliance's king and mount his head on the wall as a trophy. Whoops, of course, I really mean that he wanted to take all of King Robert's cookies away. Better play it safe, or the age classification folks will be after me. Before that, however, the ultimate evil had to do a bit of work on the dungeon. Otherwise, it wouldn't be able to fund even a small army made up of a few orcs.
All right. Gold vein. Useful! Sorry, I've stopped talking for a bit. I do apologize about that. Get to work. Think big. Simple things like just...
Right now, the restricted evil was only able to call upon orcs and little snots. But there had been rumors that some goblins were hiding out in a cave somewhere close by. The exploratory evil would be sure to follow this line of inquiry.
Of course I will. Go, my minions. Alright, I need more of these.
The strategy guidebook, Dungeons for Dummies, says, mountains don't always just consist of rocks and stone, but may also include natural as well as artificial caves and rooms. These usually contain treasures and dangers to make digging around underground. The first treasury was completed. Soon greedy evil's little snots would fill it with gold. You know the golden rule, right? Whoever has the gold makes the rules.
Alrighty. I'll see you later, Joseph. You guys have a good evening. I'm going to continue this streaming for a little bit. Hopefully I'll see some people swing back this way. Yeah, I think it's going to be a quiet night.
The ultimate evil should never forget to keep a watchful eye on its beer and gold stores. If its creatures can't help themselves whenever they need to, they will get angry. Fast.
Okay.
The first brewery was completed. Soon beer would be flowing like a river, and an Oktoberfest atmosphere would pervade all. Would the ultimate evil put the beer baron out of business? Ugh, such a duff reference.
All right. Let's make some booze. Ah, I need gold. Okay.
The ultimate evil slowly made itself cozy underground. Although this was a sensible decision, there was a large and lovely overworld out there, just waiting to be destroyed.
War for the overworld.
Payday!
It's another reference to another game. Mine, my minions, mine! In the meantime, I will make beer. Lots of beer. Not enough gold. Alright. Slowly hammering on stuff. Why do people keep messaging me? Do they not understand that I am in a stream? Oops, I did not want to do that.
Oh.
I might as well widen that out a bit. Big room! Mine it all! Alright. Huh. I know I have it up. Oh, it's because it's up there, that's why. Okay, nothing there, nothing there. Okay. While it's mining away, I'm jumping around taking care of some other stuffs. I don't really care about that. Switch over to here.
Payday.
Yep. Payday it is. Alright, let me let them know that they are good. Alright, back to this game. Ooh. But for what God intended a more divine purpose, let's talk about beer. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Actually an amazing, highly underrated film. Alright, I've got beer. So guess what?
The warmongering evil had hired the first orc. As ancient wisdom says, violence is a solution, usually the only one.
I could build a group for multiplayer stream.
Another orc entered the service of the military-savvy evil. The horde was growing and
there is talk of doing exactly that, in fact. Creating a multiplayer stream of Dungeons of the Endless. Right now, however, no one else but me is around, and as far as streamers go...
The time to attack appeared to be right. On the surface, in the tavern of a small, miserable village, some adventurers gathered. They were acquiring Dutch courage for their visit to the dungeon by downing several beers. The dungeon had to be destroyed. The steady pounding in the rocks had given rise to overworld rumors of a new dungeon. A group of heroes set out to plunder its riches, and the ultimate evil was already looking forward to this visit. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Deal with them. I'm busy. I lose an orc. I lost an orc.
The heroes didn't know what had hit them, as several orcs bore down from nowhere and annihilated them. This group of heroes had plundered their last dungeon, but there would be more.
Hey, let's make some booze. Just a little booze. Actually, I want new buildings. Good night, Joseph. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you later. Bum 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 ba bum bum. I've been trying to find the goblins.
Payday.
Rats! Get 'em!
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Really? Get him. Hey, Kane, how are you doing? Life treating you well? Today was good, I hope. Get him! What, payday? Oh, by the way, Kane, since you're on stream, I bought, by virtue of yesterday's stream, all the DLC for Payday 2.
A little snot is secretly making jokes about the ultimate evil behind its back. You should punish it. But I forgot which one it was. They just all look the same.
That one. Get up. I can slap them to death. I need to build a footrest for the sim pit. It was only like $14 or something like that, because it's right now it's 85% off. Because in June, mid-June, they're gonna stop selling the DLC, and you're only gonna be able to buy it as a single package. And after that, all future DLC is gonna be free. Change books. No, it's not that you won't forever, it's that you have to buy a whole new copy of the game. There are enemies in my...
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Yeah, I got that. Get up! Oh, they killed the bomb. Okay.
It's payday.
Yeah, it is not payday. Okay. Next phase. I've got to buy... Oh, I can actually do this. Treasury. The commands take a little getting used to. I mean... Okay, whatever. Somewhere down here is a goblin horde. It's gotta be over here. Oh, I need to recruit my next orc. Population is maxed. That's funny. Get to work. That's actually why I bought it now, Kane. I don't want to buy a new copy of the game. I'm losing frame rate. Let me see why.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Yeah, there ain't anything else running. Come on. Thank you. Oh, they already killed everybody. Where the fuck are the goblins? Get to work. Yeah, I know those feels, Toki. I basically burned through my retirement savings dealing with my transition. I mean, shoot, where the hell? I mean, I'm happy for the gold, but...
It's payday.
Oh, I'm not sure where the goblins are. I'll find them. And unless someone donates, that's it. That's the last of the alcohol I drink tonight. $25 for the next drink. The next drink is a Lychee Gimlet. For those who don't know what a Lychee Gimlet is, it's kind of like a sour martini, but using lychee liqueur and lime juice. It is amazing. At least I think that's the next one. Pretty sure it is. Flexible? I'm not designing anything, Kane. I'm basically just building shit at this point. I want to find the goblins. That's my goal.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Where are my orcs? In what regards, Kane? You should just say it. Plainly is best. I mean, you're basically looking at the interface right there, Kane. I mean, you're seeing me build stuff, right?
Defend the throne room.
Oh. Ooh, a spider! Where did you come from? What hell did you crawl out of? Oh. Yeah, I still have no idea how to equip books. Inventory, maybe?
A strange odor spread through the Ultimate Evil's dungeon. It vowed that in the future it would eat fewer beans.
I own so much beer. See, okay. Yeah, there's no way for me to bring up inventory or anything. Do 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 do.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Great. Alright, orcs. Where are you?
Payday.
Well, I can tell you where they'll be. There we go. No, it was not. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. It was not a spiritual successor, not really. And if it was, it ultimately failed as the spiritual successor. Where the F are the goblins? The narrator said there would be goblins. I want goblins. Okay, I'm not sure what that has to do with what I'm currently doing, Toki. I mean, I understand that's the way it's supposed to be meant to be consumed. But just because something is designed a certain way doesn't mean that's the only use or only possibility for it. It just means that's the only possibility you agree to understand. Or that you focus on, I think. Something. Ah! It's been a long day. Ooh. That's interesting. Build up that way, please. Ba-dum-bum. It is now, what time? 7:43. Only about an hour, 15 minutes left in the stream. No tips tonight. No tips tonight. That's okay. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. These are horrible. They don't have sharp enough
There are
flavor.
enemies in your dungeon.
Oh, things to kill. Where are my orcs? Here, orc. Hi, orc. Come with me. You are going right there. Oh, look, another orc. Sorry to interrupt your drinking. I know several uses for scotch. I don't drink scotch. It's not my drink of choice. I'm a cocktail person. I know good whiskey can be used in certain mixed drinks, but it has to be done right, or it ruins the whiskey and ruins the drink. The Green Quake would almost qualify, but a really, truly good scotch could be enjoyed on its own. You know, I'm beginning to think I was lied to. That there are no goblins.
Payday.
By the way, Toki, the way you are speaking of drinking scotch is what they call neat. I'm upset. I've not found any goblins. This is unacceptable. Ignoring other ways isn't the right way to look at things. It's a bit like saying because the best wine, or because the most award-winning wines originate from France, that Napa can't have good wine. Right? Just because something isn't within your scope of experience doesn't mean it's inherently wrong. Or inherently better or worse. It means it's not within your scope. It's a different thing. Fuck are the goblins, man? want my goddamn goblins. Uh-oh.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Apparently I can pick up more than one. Did not know that. Get him! Anyone level up? No. Well, he's level 2. Alright. I want my goblins. You're not working fast enough. Get to work. I said get to work. They work slow. They need to stop working slow. Like, where the hell are they? Game giving me hints and then not telling me where things are. Oh, hurry up, game.
Payday.
Normally, they put them close to the exit. Alright. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Alright.
Uh-oh. A spider's nest has been unearthed.
Got him. Huh. I wonder. That's how those work. Got it now.
Is this all a bit slow for you? Visit the premium shop, where you can buy 20 gems for just $100, which will speed up the rate at which this work is done. Hang on a minute. This isn't a free-to-play game. Just completely ignore what I just said.
Oh, gods. I love these guys. They have a sense of humor. The newest Dungeon Defender... Or newest Dungeon Defenders. Newest, Dungeon Keeper game was a free-to-play game. And it was horrible. I actually tried playing it. Alright. So they're just... That's two. No. Where are the rest of my people? Oh, there they are. Alright, well, I guess I'll just take these three up. Bacon! First thing we need to do is make sure they can't make any more troops. It's a little more important. DK2? Yeah, no. Dungeon Keeper. There's a new version of Dungeon Keeper for the, Dungeon Keeper for the phone. Free to play out. And yes, I have a ton of mixers for my drinks. But I don't always use mixers. Sometimes it's just a pair.
A delicious rumble announced the fact that the village's last house had crashed to the ground. Ha! There would be no more heroes meeting there to seek out the dungeon of the destruction-hungry evil. The hunting lodge of King Robert lay in the north. It was there that the ultimate evil would finally get its long-awaited revenge. However, it looked pretty damn well guarded. Maybe it should first visit the cave to the west, inhabited by a clan of goblins, where the cunning evil could do a little negotiating.
So it's actually part of the mission. Well, that's good. It's a very simple cider. One of these days, I do want to potentially head to a festival, but I want to get my mead down first. Hi, guys. Alright, so here we are. Negotiating.
The goblin leader prostrated himself joyfully before the ultimate evil, and immediately dispatched 2 goblins into its dungeon with a few plans for a new room, a tinkerer's cave. This was built as quickly as possible.
You think that I'm really doing what I'm doing to compete, Toki? Why is it? Okay, I've got a rant. And it's an important one. Why is it when I say, or when someone says, hey, I'd like to get this down first, the first response, 99% of the people out there in the fucking world say, is, oh, you're not going to beat so-and-so. Or, I managed to do this. It's not a fucking contest. It's life. I'm choosing to do this, to learn to do this, because I want to learn to do this. I'm not competing with anyone. I don't care, Toki. I'm not competing with someone.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Shit.
It had probably slipped the ultimate evil's mind, but a new room is at its disposal. After it recalled this fact, it immediately set about building the room.
I mean, I genuinely want to understand why. The first default is, oh, I'm going to... This is impossible because you can't do that. Why? Why is the first response this sense of disbelief or this sense of competition? I don't care. Why I do things, why most people do things, shouldn't be for the competition. It should be to enjoy just doing them.
The Tinkerer's Cave was built. It could, however, only be used as a warehouse, as it lacked the workshop that the insidious evil's goblins needed. Quick as a flash, Evil placed a creator mat in the Tinkerer's Cave. A sparkling new creator mat graced the Tinkerer's Cave of the expansion-hungry Evil. A goblin would be able to work well in here, producing toolboxes. A few of these boxes would now be needed in order to invent a trap. The moody evil waited patiently.
Get to work! Yeah, exactly my point. But, Toki, my point also is that your immediate response to me saying, hey, I want to get my mead down first, was to immediately presume that I was competing with someone.
Payday!
And that's the problem I have with it. That's actually the problem I have with the entire situation. You immediately presumed that I was aiming to beat someone. Never make that assumption. Most people do the things they want to do because they want to do them, not because they want to be the best. I have specific goals in mind for my brewing skills. I know what I'm working towards already. And it's not to be the best. I'm looking for a very specific flavor, very specific tone. Once I hit that specific tone, that specific flavor, then I will consider working towards how many do I need? 4? Faster healing. Okay. Interesting. Alright, don't want to do that. That's the Tinkerer's Cave. Alright, I have 4 boxes. Yes, but you still went straight to the competitor point of view. Art created reflects the soul. This is true, but you immediately still went to the competitor's perspective. Oh, you're never going to beat X. I don't have to beat somebody. Making that comparison is a little demeaning, both to the art form and to the individual.
As cowardly as the goblins were, their creativity more than made up for this. They proudly presented the treacherous evil with their plan for a devious trap. With a silent, evil cackle, it quickly buckled down to setting the trap.
Get to work! Oh, I can make goblins now. But my question to you, Toki, my point was that you immediately went there. But my question to you is why the vast majority of people automatically make that same presumption? Because you're not the only one, and I've noticed even I do it. The focus needs to be on the art, not on the competition. It's a hard thing to
Job
understand.
done. The trap was finished and ready to be found by a hero. This is going to be so much fun. Just at that moment, a particularly powerful dwarf warrior appeared in the dungeon. How had he suddenly arrived at this precise time was indeed most odd, but his presence was more than welcome. He was going to be a guinea pig for the trap. Even this strong dwarf warrior didn't stand a chance against the treacherous traps and powerful monsters
Why
of
do
the
you
invincible
why
evil.
do you think that is,
He
Toki? That
bit the
people,
dust.
that vast
So
majority
much
of
for
people,
a game of rules.
um,
The dungeon's defenses were now clearly much improved. but the
result
hunting lodge
or
still
resort to
remained
that.
well protected and impregnable. There was nothing that the ultimate evil could do. The task was impossible. So the evil withdrew, bent and broken, let feelings of revenge ebb away, and instead took up looking after those cute, teeny-weeny trees. What are they called again? Bonsai, yes, that's it. The end. Pretty unsatisfactory, huh? Of course, that wasn't the end. In reality, the indefatigable evil paid the Goblin Cave another little visit. The Goblin leader would hopefully spit out something useful after a few more slabs.
I can throw Goblin. I can throw my people at him.
The expansion-driven evil couldn't wait to explore the further possibilities of the Tinkerer's Cave. In particular, a hospital seemed a useful way to cure its ailing units. It set about asking for this to be researched.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how to answer that either. I just know it's something that I think all of us collectively could do better. Like all of us could do better
It's
on it.
payday.
Hey, Holtz! Ah, Holtz, yes, there are 3 streams in 1 week. Tonight's stream is, well, it started off with kind of a Mojito mix. It was actually pretty tasty. But we are now, I'm waiting for the donation so that I could go and make my Lychee Gimlet. Beat up the Goblin Chieftain. Alright, this sounds fun.
It did take a while, but the horde eventually set up. A few hard slaps were enough to motivate the leader of the goblins to help the ultimate evil. As it transpired, there was an old tunnel which had been previously used as an escape route. This connected the Goblin Cave with the vaults of the hunting lodge. The goblin leader voluntarily made a goblin assassin available to the hard-hitting evil to help infiltrate the lodge.
Do I have a Goblin Assassin? I apparently do. I have no idea where my Goblin Assassin is. Oh. This'll be interesting. I asked some really good questions.
The cheerful evil was pleased with this support. An assassin was a decent melee fighter, but its actual strength lay in its ability to make itself invisible. This was, of course, tested out immediately.
Stop. Let's go.
There are enemies in your dungeon. Despite the powerful invisibility skill, it was advisable for the ultimate evil to be cautious. Some opponents had such highly trained observation skills that they were actually able to see invisible units. A locked door prevented the assassin from progressing. It would have taken a long time for him to have opened it with sheer brute force using weaponry. Thankfully, he had a suitable skill with which he could deactivate doors, and more importantly, traps.
I get my team out. Come on. Go, go, go. Where are they? Did they die? I think they died. Alright. Let's set up more traps. Yeah, I know. I'm okay. I think for a lot of people it's environmentally instilled, Toki. That's why I asked it. My goal isn't to necessarily... What's the term? My goal is not to necessarily answer the question, but get people thinking about it. So the next time they're approached with something like that, they may be able to resist the desire, for lack of a better term, to respond to that. Okay.
Payday! The on-the-ball evil recognized that the warrior princess there was extremely powerful. The goblin assassin would be best advised to avoid any contact with her.
Yeah. Stand out not by competition, but by being different.
A Gobobot was being forced to make miserable repairs in the lodge. A brief feeling of what it thought might be sympathy passed through the sensitive evil, but this actually turned out to be a mighty belch. Naturally, it would free the useful Gobobot anyway.
Roses are red, lilies are white. I love you totally, utterly, and no shine.
I'll wait for my mana to recharge. Oh, I see what I have to do. Okay. I have to actually have to wait for my mana to recharge for this one. I mean, I was pushed to compete too, but I came to the conclusion that competition can breed higher and higher success, but it can also damage relationships between people. I mean, imagine, if you will, the 20 people working on a single project with one leader versus 20 people working on their own versions of the same project with no leader. Cooperation is better, ultimately, than competition.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Oh, they won't live this time. I have to go look. How many of my traps are up? Goodbye. Alright, guys, get back to fixing them. I need another Tinkerer's Lab, actually. Alright, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build another Tinkerer's Lab, and it's gonna be right here. Because I need more traps. Alright, are we ready? How can I free it? I have a
Elated
mech!
by the assassin's attempt at rescuing it, the Gobobot joined the horde and succeeded in showing its tormentors a real hot time. Its ability to more or less ignore range damage and set fire to large areas would come in very handy.
I have a mech! I have a mech.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Not for long.
And so the negligent evil promptly allowed the only really vital unit to this mission to die. The goblin leader sighed and put his second best assassin at evil's disposal at the basement exit.
That's funny. Get him!
The hunting lodge was completely destroyed. The vengeful evil gave itself a very self-satisfied pat on the back. The time was right to concentrate on King Robert. He was in his renowned garden reciting his much less renowned love poems. The lyrically challenged evil had no time for poetry and would soon make this tangibly clear to him. Payday.
Alright, first things first. Time to build another trap place. Oh, can I do that? Yes. I have to do this. Okay, I do have a complaint about the game. The controls are not intuitive. I'm out of money. Fine. Alright, goblins. Let's do this. Okay, we will go to the surface. I have no idea where the rest of my guys are. mean... Ah, they got trapped down here. Well, one of them did. There they go. Pathfinding also sucks. But the biggest problem I have, like I said, is the non-intuitive commands. Alright, let's move. Goodbye, guys. You can die. Thank you for the experience points. We move on now. No capes. Oh look, fluffy sheep! They must die! Get the base! Yes! Alright, my team. He did not just say what I think he just said. I can't pick up that sword. Alright, is there anything else I can pick up? Let's get him. Alright! Orc Horde! Charge!
The king was accompanied by a pixie who was able to cast powerful healing magic. Any direct attack would be suicidal. Mercifully, the omniscient and helpful narrator was at hand. He pointed out to the impatient evil that the pixie went off from time to time in order to check that all was well, and much more importantly, eat her supper in a little camp to the south. The pixie buzzed over to eat her meal. The ultimate evil prepared an ambush.
Get her! Alright, stop.
One would think the killing a fragile flying being wouldn't be rocket science. But an incredibly incompetent evil had taken far too long in doing so and had startled a few guards into action.
Alright, we'll wait for the pixie.
Roses are red, and I don't have an O.
I gotta research the hospital.
Payday!
Roses are red, lilies are white. I love you totally, utterly, and no...
That pixie's gotta go first.
Roses are red, leaves are green. If you do not say yes, then I will be mean. It's good to be killed.
Engaging a pixie. Goodbye, pixie.
The annoying little pixie had spoken her last healing spell. The crafty-minded evil sculpted a fan from her wings.
Now,
Now it was time to
look
look
for
King
King
Robert
Robert
and ensure his early demise.
Goodbye, Robert.
King Robert fell, and the ultimate evil had received its well-deserved revenge.
Yay!
But there were still many more heroes out there who deserved to bite the dust. Their time would come.
Yay! We managed to beat him off.
The demigod Krotos, one of the sniveling cowards who had banished the ultimate evil, had just marched his alliance army out of the swamplands to fight the snake-like Nagas. The ultimate evil wanted to teach him the full futility of war by ensuring his untimely passing. Besides, the Nagas could prove to be valuable allies.
30 more minutes in stream, no tips. Still no additional drink. I mean, no additional alcohol. The ratatouille was very tasty. The mojito was really good. That's fine, it'll all be available on YouTube once I'm done. Ba 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 ba. Da, na, 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 na,
King
na,
Robert was
na,
defeated,
na,
but
na.
there were more heroes whose life the ultimately vindictive evil was after. Here in the swamplands, the demigod Krotos was just leading the Alliance's troops against feral Naga clans. They had retreated here after the collapse of the Dark Army. It would seem sensible to first strike an alliance with these Nagas before the impatient evil squared up against Krotos.
Alright, first order of business. I need gold. Get to work.
The gold-greedy evil built the first underground treasury, thus laying the foundations for insane amounts of hoarded treasure.
Build. More build. Look at them. They are building. I still only have a maximum of 15. Alright, I need a beer place. I need beer! So, here's the thing, Toki, about going to a festival. Dungeons 2 is a lot like Dungeon Keeper, yes, Holtz. I actually can't really afford to drop the price on drinks. The idea is to remain sober. If I lower the price of drinks, there's the potential for me having too much to drink at once. There. This is Dungeons 2. The first one was not...
Lands look bleak and unfriendly. Not an area Charlie would surf in.
Who's Charlie? Yeah, this game is a lot like Dungeon Keeper. The first one was not so much. It was inspired by the first one was inspired by Dungeon Keeper, but
The Alliance had discovered the presence of the ultimate evil. This had nothing to do with a tip-off from a certain narrator who wanted to increase the tension. It was pure coincidence.
are you kidding
Good
me?
people responded, as you might expect, with a direct attack on the dungeon.
Great. Well, shit.
The first brewery was built underground. Later, orcs and goblins would get obscenely drunk there, and then meander through the dungeons, slurring their words and singing lewd songs.
The narrator drives me to drink.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Yep.
It's payday.
I have a plan. But I need to finish making booze. I need a fully operational brewery. Alright, you. What'd you get, Zurich? The Frugal. I don't know what that does for me, but I'll keep it. Ah! No, I know. Save your money. Trust me, I know all about the expenses of HRT. I know the expenses of transitioning. I've been there. I did that game. Oh shit. That was not what I wanted to do. move on. Holtz. Holtz is poor like the rest of us. Gotta spend his pennies where he can. Perfect.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Are there now? Get 'em, boys! Awesome, I now have some money. Here we go. Alright. Now, I need 250 gold. Yeah, I know your pain, Holtz. Look! More booze! Hey, Skullman! Look! Even more booze. Okay. The hell? Is that another dungeon entrance? I'm willing to bet that it is.
It's payday.
No, not drunk, unfortunately. Or maybe not. A little bit of coin towards the next drink. 10% of the way there. I will mix something up. Not like last night when my boyfriend dropped in and decided to make sure I was good and sauced. By the way, Fee's Fairy Cider has an alcohol content of close to 15%. Just saying, I had 4 of those in about 2 hours, 3 hours.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
My master plan is not ready yet. That's a big chunk of gold there.
There was a mysterious shrine underground, which was not yet available. Because something like this spells work for underpaid graphic artists, one can assume that it is likely to come into play at some time or another. Spiders have spread throughout the underground.
Oh, that's no good. Okay. That's fine. I should have all new cider. How's Bo? Bo's doing well. He's at work at the moment. From T. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. Do 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 do. A little bit of booze, never hurt anyone. Need about 15 more bucks, then I gotta go make a Lychee Gimlet. Underpaid graphic artist. The game has a sense of humor. This game has a real sharp sense of humor. I actually quite enjoy it. I do think, however, no, he does not work for Lowe's. I can tell you that right now. Works for a hotel. Actually, you know what I think I'm going to do for July, guys? Or June. Excuse me. June. Is I'm going to put my stream tip goal. I'm going to break what I need for July up. And I'm going to break it up over the number of days in June that I can stream. And that way you guys can see exactly what it takes to keep the doodle alive in California on a daily basis. 'Cause it ain't cheap.
There was a strange rock formation in the east of the dungeon. Whatever could it mean?
You know, I actually went to potentially work for a hotel myself, and then I went back to school instead.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Get to work, guys. Ready? Get him! I have actually. I did apply for a couple of hotel jobs when I was before I went back to school, actually, because I was looking for hospitality because I wanted to do something related to my skill set, which is predominantly customer service. So that was my goal. I have money. Come on. Break it down. Thank you. Are we out of booze already? We are out of booze. And it does depend on the hotel, Skullman. Some of the hotels don't pay minimum wage. Some of them pay 20, 30 bucks an hour. It really depends on the hotel. You know, I don't know. To be honest with you, I know which hotel he works at, cause he and I talked about it, and he dropped some hints. We do that. We play little games. Guess where I work now? Guess what I'm doing right this second? You know, stupid boyfriend girlfriend kind of games. Alright. Get to work. Work faster. Work faster.
Oh.
I can abuse the shit. Well, I don't like the sound of that. Okay. I next need a tinker.
The target of the bloodthirsty evil's vengeance was a demigod by the name of Krotos, an extremely goody-goody, good deeds doer. The very mention of his name left anyone from the dark side with a nasty taste in the mouth.
Cute. You know, I don't think I want to do that with this one. Is this actually a round room? No. So, Skullman! No, alas, it's not the Hyatt. I wish it was the Hyatt. I'd use him to book all of my rooms if it was. Skullman, Toki. You guys are kind of local. For those who don't know, Skullman, you may not know. But I put up a meetup for the
There are enemies in your dungeon.
God damn it. For a thing I'm referring to as the Summer Sun Celebration. It's basically a summer picnic. The idea is to have it right around the summer equinox. I am going to brew special ale just for it. I would like it very much if you guys would spread the word, see if you guys can go. I know it sounds kind of cheesy to celebrate a holiday that is specific to My Little Pony as a thing to do, but you know what? It's no less valid than celebrating, you know, Valentine's Day, really. And I think it would be a lot more fun.
Payday.
Oh, yay, payday. Everyone gets to steal their money from me. It's actually on the meetup group. I want to say it's the 20th of next month? Not positive. But it's the weekend right before summer solstice, which is on the 17th. It's a Tuesday.
There was a strange rock formation in the east of the dungeon.
Yes, I
Whatever
know.
could it mean?
It's right there. I know exactly what it is. It's a fucking nether drop. That's why I built this honeycomb here to put bombs in. Do I have enough money? I have enough money. It is time. I will leave one spot loose from around there.
A tinkerer's cave had been built. Soon, traps and doors in the dungeon would make any would-be hero's life more tricky. Pleased Evil's hard-working goblins had made plans for a new room, a guard room. There, creatures could patrol and keep a lookout for heroes. Immediately, the ultimate evil got down to having this room researched.
Alright, let's do this. Okay. Next. I need goblins. Yeah, it's on the meetup group, Skullman, and like I said, I'm going to brew a summer, like I'm gonna see about brewing a summer cider, like something that's kind of sweet for it, but we'll see. I'm out of money. Was out of money. No longer.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Minutes left in stream, folks. Yes, I do need the buckets. I was So, Damien said he got me 2 of the 10-gallon things.
The target of the bloodthirsty evil's vengeance was a demigod by the name of Proto.
But I could use
an
the
extremely
smaller
goody-goody,
buckets
good
too.
deeds doer. The very mention of his
The
name
5-gallon
left
ones, but
anyone
they
from the
have to
dark
have a
side
lid.
with a nasty taste in their mouth.
Because if I have the smaller buckets... actually, give me a second, Skullman. Let me see if... Actually, you might even know. I need a 5-gallon bucket with a spigot on it. A spigot's the spout. You turn it, water comes out. Not everyone calls them spigots. But the reason why I need that is because I can use that to help me bottle cider. All right. Ooh.
Payday.
I will take a look. I think the ones I'm actually looking for would be considered water buckets, because I know who is it? Several folks. There are several groups that actually have them. They're normally used for water. The ones I'm thinking of. There's a commercial food grade one. Residential.
Out there, the swamplands look bleak and unfriendly.
Huh.
Not an area Charlie would surf in.
They don't actually have them. You're right. Well, you know what? I can make spouts on them. I know how to do that. I've got the stuff to do it, actually.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Damn it. Fuck is this happy shit? Spiders. Great. About to lose somebody. What's taking so long to kill? Okay, thank you. Kill them all. It depends on. I actually use, I have a rotary saw I've been using. I have a table saw. Not what I wanted to do. The bucket has to be commercial food grade plastic because I have to sterilize it. But it needs a spigot on it. Alright, I have to call up another. Not, I will get another goblin. Actually, the ones I need for the blades, what I really need for the blades is actually a table saw. I don't own one. I don't have a place to set up a table saw. But I have a rotary saw, and it works pretty well. I have a skill saw. And, yeah, it does the job pretty well, actually.
The fingers of a goblin devoted to the unspeakably evil impatiently tapped on the workbench. He was still awaiting orders to begin researching the guard room. Of course, he did it behind the lame evil's back, as, after all, he didn't want the hand of terror to torture him in a most unpleasant way.
I don't have enough gold to research the guard room. Glass is best. You are correct. Glass is best.
Payday!
But in the Discord bucket? Oh, I can check the Discord. Let me check. Yeah, if I could get a glass carboy big enough with a spigot, I would do it. But where is... There it is. Yeah, I mean that's basically what it would be, but it has to be food grade. Yes, Toki, I'm sure you can, but here's the problem. I'm not planning to build any more swords for a while. I won't be building any more weaponry for theme, or for my department, or for sale for a while. And that's just because I don't need to do it right this moment.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Alright, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Boom! Ha ha ha! My major stumbling point at this stage is gold. So let's do the smart thing. Because all the treasuries are linked. Yeah, those are for making beer. That's right. For making mead, ideally you want glass, metal works if it's clean and sterilized. Damien, who's one of the local bronies, actually he got me some food grade 10-gallon buckets. And that's going to be good for mead because to make a 1-gallon batch of mead, it's a 4-gallon container at the end. So if I have 1 gallon of mead, right? If I have a gallon tub of mead, a gallon tub of honey, that means that if I turn that entirely into mead, I need 4 gallons of space.
The guardroom plans were still on ice. The goblins of the leisurely evil patiently awaited the time when they could finally start this research.
There! Shut up! Start the research.
The guardroom was researched and ready for construction. Creatures that were thrown there by the hand of terror would keep watch and be especially vigilant for intruders. They were able to alert other creatures near the guardroom and summon them for reinforcement as well.
Okay. Gesundheit. tight. Told me they cost in glass ones. This is solely for competitions. Barrels are like 50. Wouldn't want a barrel. My problem is I have to do this all in my apartment. Like, you have to remember, Toki, I do this entirely in my apartment. So I can't do barrels. I could do metal with a spigot. That would be good, actually. You say 50, right? I literally have to do this in my apartment. Anything bigger than about 10 gallons is a no-go. I have no space for it. Now, if I was actually opening a microbrewery, which is a possibility, by the way, I have considered it. That I would seriously take a look at. That I would seriously take a look at.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
50 gallons or 100 gallons or, you know. Alright, here they go. Here they come. One down. Two down. Oh, one left. Alright, guys, go back to work. Oh. I need more money.
Payday.
My place is gonna be broke. I hope they don't send any more people down after me. Anyway, yeah, no, I would definitely consider it. We'll talk on Toki. We'll talk on the 20th when we do the MLP thing about what I might need, because the mead, I'm not going to be able to even start the mead until I get the honey. And buying 3 gallons of honey, which, by the way, is about 12 gallons of mead. Yeah, it's a bit far from me. I go to the Oak Barrel, which is closer. Skullman, I would need about $20,000 to build a microbrewery. I don't have $20,000. I've thought, like I said, I've thought about it, but I don't have the money. The capital, raw capital, I don't have. They only sell glass and metal in 5 gallons, you say? I could do 5 gallons. I mean, I could get a 10-gallon carboy. Oh, I need more gold. I need more gold. Oh, they're rebuilding my traps, that's why. Work faster. There are people in California that have $20,000. That would be like me still going to school, by the way. Okay, so the $20,000 would be solely a place to brew, like, and it would be a cheap workshop, you know, $1,000 a month kind of thing. The basic stuff to brew, and basically monitoring it every so often, and me still going to school and working a day job. So, okay, what's the issue? Yeah, I'm sorry you're on strike, sir. Alright, I need to research the hospital next. And I know glass is crazy expensive. My 3-gallon carboy was $80 or something like that.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Not for long. See, again, you default to your hand. Alright, there we go. Ah, a pony brew. Well, I have a Heartswarming Eve cider, which is, by the way, named after Heartswarming Eve in My Little Pony. I'm also planning to do a summer sun celebration. I want to do a sweetened cider, maybe slightly carbonated for that, and then for I want to do one for Nightmare Nights that's got a little bit of anisette in it, just a bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to call that one yet. And then, of course, I have Running of the Leaves. Running of the Leaves, man, you want something that's going to hydrate you. So, only slightly alcoholic. Summer Sun Celebration also is going to have a mead. These are my plans. And, of course, then there's Fiera's Fiery Ale, which is, well, we all know what that is. Okay. Really expensive. That kind of is, but you kind of got to have a business plan, which I don't have at the moment. I'm still in school. Alright, so I am not brewing enough beer.
It's payday.
Like, I'm not... My team ain't brewing enough beer here. It's actually easier to be a business owner, Toki, than it is to get to adopt. I don't know why that is, but that is the truth. I think it's stupid, but it is what it is. Alright, I think most of my traps are being built. Yep, lots of my traps are out. That place has been fucking mined. So here's what I think I'm gonna do for my remaining traps. I think I'm gonna put them out one at a time. This is gonna be necessary. $5-gallon? Yeah, well, yes. Under normal circumstances, a 5-gallon would be appropriate for my needs. But I'm also planning to brew a hell of a lot of mead. I effectively need for 12 gallons of mead, because I'm planning to make a bottle of mead for each of the execs for BabsCon for next year. And by the way, that goes no further than this stream, because the folks at BabsCon, with the exception of 1 or 2 people, don't know my plans. But I'm planning to make a bottle of mead for each exec. And that's the math.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
The math works out to be about 12 gallons of mead, which is why I need the multiple barrels. Goodbye. Okay. I need more gold. I'm not having much luck. I had a business license. Well, kind of. I was responsible for maintaining a business license. I could do that.
The exploration keen evils, the swamplands spread out before them. The next step was to either find the Nagas and recruit them, or be massacred by the army of the Alliance. It was a difficult decision.
Okay. Get him! Nope. Neither Jade, well, Fiend kind of knows. Sean does not know. No, there's only one person who knows what my end game is right now.
The army of the ultimate evil could view the temple from the top of the hill, and it did indeed not look good for the Nagas. The nauseatingly good hero Krotos personally led the Alliance into battle and was forcing the snake creatures to retreat. Only his death would deliver the temple back into the hands of evil. Well, that could be arranged. The troops of the ultimate evil stumbled upon a patrol of the Alliance that had caught some Nagas. Of course, they immediately set about wiping out the much-hated heroes. Oh, and by the way, you could of course also set those Nagas. The last fighter in the patrol was defeated. Creatures of the Horde cheered. Oh yes, and set the Naga free as well. They were overjoyed to join the ultimate evil. The eager for new units evil sent his creatures further towards where it expected the Naga camp to be. The Nagas kept up their fight to free their unholy temple from the Alliance. If the ultimate evil was to help them win it back, then their support would be guaranteed. Since that fitted perfectly with the planned revenge on Krotos, it was the ideal solution.
Yeah, no, those would be the only people. Feed knows that I'm brewing. She doesn't know why. She doesn't know the specific details. Because I've only talked about the possibility.
The approaching horde startled a few animals. Dinner. It's
No.
payday.
Call it a no.
The horde defeated the bears with ease and stocked up on bear meat. However, as bear meat is not actually a resource in the game, this was utterly irrelevant.
Oh my god, the game.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Yeah, they ain't getting very far. Get
A small
'em!
group of Alliance troops had gathered here. The presence of the Nagas ensured that the all-seeing evil could see even the cloaked units.
Goodbye. Oh, I lost a unit. Damn it. I have to make another orc. Alright, we'll hold position for a second. I don't know, money? I don't have enough gold? What are my people doing? Why is there no gold? Oh, they're rebuilding traps. Yeah. Just play no. It's safer. I think I'm going to save this here because it is after 9 o'clock. My original stream goal was 6 to 9. I'm going to attempt to stream tomorrow again. I'll probably keep the same typical. Change the text, of course, but... and then what I'm going to do is also work out the math for next month. And what I'll do is I'll start tracking next July's rent or July's finances next week. But I'm only going to break it down into weekly amounts. So the first one is the goal from now to the end of June or end of this month. Come on. From now to the end of this month is just going to be the stream tip goal for the first week of July. And then first week of July is actually going to be how we're going to proceed. And I don't know if I'm going to play this all the time. This is really slow. Like, this is not that exciting of a game. Doesn't mean I won't play it, but... Alright, I'm building another orc. Alright, let me finish doing this one thing. Traps. Oh yes. Traps. Well, if you're gonna do that, I know Fee's weakness. Toki, I know Fee's weakness. It's gin. So anything with gin in it is going to royally fuck her up. That was how I had, got her so plastered, actually. Can I save this? Ooh, I can save this. New save game. Doodle Stream 1. Well, I enjoy it, but I like things that are a little more entertaining. This, like, here's the thing. Streams. Yeah, you can't do gin either. Oh, I'm so sorry. Gin's pretty nasty. It's a grain alcohol, which is why it hits so hard. Moonshine does the same thing, by the way. Moonshine would probably do the same thing. My feet hurt. So I streamed this 30 minutes longer than I anticipated, which is par for course for me. I like gaming, so I tend to play a little longer. Here's my goal. I am going to do homework, finish up the next 2 weeks of school, and then I'm going to set up the stream tip goals for the next month. And the idea is to pay for my rent, because I don't really want to go back to work. I want to focus on school. If I can make it through the end of July, if I can get enough coin to make it through the end of July, I will be able to survive August. August will definitely go cleanly. But I absolutely need to be able to make ends meet by the end of next month. Because if I can't make ends meet by the end of June, I'm kind of screwed for July. This is kind of a little bit of a die roll for me. I mean, I could do it. I have ways. But I'm rolling the dice a little bit. I'm taking a chance. I don't normally take chances with my finances. And the reason why I don't do that is because I have been bit in the ass so many times. But I have possible ways that I can make things work. And I'm hoping that I can actually arrange to make it work. But, so, anyway, thank you guys. Thank you, Tom, for the largest tip of the evening. Please go visit Kitsuga. Kitsuga is, I'm not one of their official streamers, but they're kind of allies. They're friends of mine. So go visit Kitsuga, visit Fiora, like, share, support me, pimp me out. I'm going to come up with, we have a possible stream coming up in about a week and a half. It's going to be a scheduled stream. It's going to be 4 drunk gamers playing Dungeons of the Endless. Fee's agreed to be part of this. I'm going to be part of it. I'm going to have some of the Hearthwarming Eve cider. I've got another gamer who's she's actually an artist. Her name's Trees. We're going to see if we can get her on the stream to play. And the idea is we're going to have one pool, one pot. And it's going to be broken down and divvied between all 4 of us. That's my plan. One safe place near Unix. Help with rent. We could talk. We could talk. I actually like the place I live. I'm very comfortable with the place I live. It's really close to school. It's really close to public transit. The only problem I have with it is it's out on a spoke, what I refer to as a spoke. So you have San Francisco and you have Berkeley. You have the locations of the UCs, basically. And then out at the far edges, you have the spokes. Places like Antioch, Pinole, San Pablo, Richmond. Those are kind of spokes. Richmond's kind of a major town, but only because of the refinery. I'm on a spoke. I'm out here. But we could talk, Toki. We'll talk on the 20th. If you'll be at the gathering on the 20th, you and I talk. We'll take a walk, actually, because I like walking while I'm talking about serious stuff. It helps me think. But yeah, we'll talk then, okay? In the meantime, you guys are amazing. If you haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. If I'm gonna fiddle with Restream again because it's still not working. I might have to do some fiddling with it. Like I might stream specifically. Yeah. Want a safe place near you. I want to escape. Well, like I said, we'll talk. I actually can't have any more people living in this apartment because it's rent controlled. If I get another person in here for longer than a week or 2 weeks, 2 weeks is kind of pushing it, they get a little twitchy. And I could lose my apartment. So I'm generally very careful about that. It's a single bedroom apartment too. That's the other thing. And I'm very protective of my space. I lived with roommates for years. I loved my roommates. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I've lived with roommates for 10 years of my life. And there is something to be said about having all this space to myself. It means I can do things like brew things, work on sabers, that kind of stuff. I sleep on my couch most of the time because I freaking can. Like I get off the computer, I go curl up on my couch, I put on NCIS, I fall asleep. I couldn't do that at my any of the places I've lived previously. So this really is legitimately a first. So anyway, guys, I will talk with you later. I hope to see you guys around. I'm going to be working on a couple of new projects. Brewing stuff, you guys pretty much know what that is. I might actually post a blog. God, I haven't done a vlog or a V-journal or any of that stuff. Vlog, I guess is what they call them. In a long time. I haven't done any of that stuff in a long time. I might do something about that, about kind of my plans and my philosophy, and how I look at things. But anyway, I will talk with you guys later. All my love to every single one of you. I will see you guys, if not tomorrow, then on Tuesday for more time. I don't know if I'm going to do it in the morning. I don't know if I'm going to do it in the evening. The reason why I haven't been able to tell you specifically when I'm planning to do it is because I have music theory. And music theory comes first. So, and sometimes that takes up my morning and sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, peace out. Love you guys all. Have a great evening. And I'll see you, if not tomorrow, then next week.